What up, Bobby?
Basically, it's like
I'll be here about that.
Everyone will think this is an earthworm, but it is not an earthworm. This is a snake. This is a very small snake, and this one is called a blind snake. This one we can say it as a snake because it has a. You can see the eyes over there, and tongue flickering also you can see, and you can see the scales which snakes have. So it is a snake only. It's not an earthworm. This is found all over the world, even in New Zealand and Hawaii. They say they don't have snakes at all in their island, but they have this snake. This is found in your garden, under your flower pots, in the rubbish, everywhere you can find the snakes. This snake helps us in one way. The thing is, it eats termites, eggs, and ants' eggs. So termites is a big problem in new houses. So they control these termites and all the things. And they are really harmless. They have a myth saying that they go into your ear and they can make you deaf, but it is it's not true at all. It's a myth. So they kill the snake by throwing it into the fire. So please don't do it again. And and about this snake, this is a common sambhava. In Tamil it is called Manvadi Pambu. And this is active during night. And this is a non-venomous snake, and it can grow up to 2 to 2.5 feet. They mostly feed on rats and other birds. Their hunting strategy is like that. They stay under sand or mud, keeping their head outside, so that other animal which is coming near them, they can't see the snakes. So when they are very close to their striking rate, they suddenly strike them and they suffocate the prey and kill them. That's the way they kill the prey. And this snake is the best control for rats. They stay in termite modes, and mostly they are nocturnal. They doesn't come out in daytime. Sometimes they come out for hunting birds in daytimes. Rarely. I have seen they have hunted miners and sparrows like that. And the myth of this snake is not a common. This is a red sandboa. So nowadays a big myth is going on that these snakes are going for lakhs and rupees. Can everyone hear it? That is also due to a myth that is going on. Some medical properties they are saying that they have, but they doesn't have any medical properties. And they eat on rat, mice, birds, and even other snakes. They grow up to 3 to 4 feet. But they are common. One of the interesting thing about the snake is when we provoke the snake will threaten us by making a shape like this and opening its mouth. It threatens us like that. But the snake is really very beautiful. And this is very interesting snake. This is a rat snake. This is a bigger snake. like that. It can grow up to 8 feet also. Yeah, even 9 to 10 feet badly. This one is a very interesting and how to say, this one is a friends of farmer because they eat most of rats in the fields. So this is said as a friends for farmer. They mainly eat on rat, toads, lizards, even on snakes, birds, etc. The main myth of the snake is they say that this is a female cobra and the other male is a cobra, but it's not like that. They have it is a separate species, rat snake. They have male and female. And the other myth about the snake is they say they have a poisonous sting in the tail, so that if they sting on the tail, they die. So it's also not true. And this is one of the fastest thing I have ever seen. This is a bronze factory snake. They mostly prefer to live over the trees. They prefer to eat small birds and lizards. And this is common in houses. It can climb. This interesting thing is it can climb some rough walls also. I have seen these snakes climbing some rough walls. And most of this snake is mostly nocturnal. They come at night only. They can grow up to 2.5 feet, and they are found in under rocks, domestic areas, and tree holes everywhere. And not much about this snake. This snake is very shiny and oily, so it is called Chennai in Tamil. This snake looks very shiny. This is one of the most common snake in our area. This is called striped keelback. This one we can find after monsoon when it is rain. These snakes come out. That time it's a breeding season for them, so we can see these snakes, lots and lots of these snakes when it rains. This snake eats frogs, toads, lizards, and mice. And this snake can be. This snake mainly feeds on fish, frogs, small birds. Eggs of other snakes and tadpoles and other thing. This one is looks like it doesn't look. Many people think that there is a cobra and they kill them. And these snakes are mostly active during night and those things. This other water snake is also called olive keelback. And the name came from it's olive green color. Other thing is this is a very very calm snake, and then opposite to the other water snake. This is very calm. If you can even we take it in our hand, it doesn't try to bite also. They can grow up to 2.5 feet, and this snake can be seen in lakes where permanent water source is there. The other snake, other water snake, keelback, that you can see even some 2 or 3 kilometers away from water. But this snake need water. They stay in water holes where the water is permanent. About the snake is they come out at around evening and morning time, very early morning in the lake side. They are not afraid of people. So mainly children, they play like that. They will put a knot on the string and they put on the head and they just kill them like that. So now before 10 years I have seen these snakes plenty in some lakes. Now I am searching for the snakes for more than 6 months. I found only 2 snakes. So now it is the population of the snake is reducing much. This is a common white snake, and this snake is found in all our gardens. They are found in daytime only. Night time they can. If you have a torch in your house, if you just light it on your tree slowly, you can see the snake sleeping in the tree. And this one is mildly venomous, but we don't need to threat this snake. This has a venom to kill a very small bird and small rats like that. This venom doesn't do anything to us, no harm at all for us. The main myth of the snake is they say that the snakes will pluck our eyes. This is a myth, but the myth came because they doesn't come to ground at all. They always stay in some branches or in some plants around somewhere. When we go near, they try to attack us. They don't kill us. They don't our eyes. So they came like that. And this is a cat snake. The name came for cat. The name is due to the eyes looks like a cat, exactly like a cat eyes. So this one can grow up to 3.5 feet, and it's a very lean and long snake. This one mainly eats mice, small rats, and other small birds. They have a very good camouflage, and even if you go very near to the snake, you can't see the snake because they are very much camouflaged to the tree barks. The coloration is like that, and they are strictly nocturnal. They doesn't come at day at all. They are fully nocturnal. So finding this snake is very difficult, and the population of this snake is also been dramatically reduced. Now we are going to see about the venomous snake. The thing of venomous snake is we have only 4 venomous snakes which are threat to human beings which are around us. They are called as 4 big snakes. First we are going to see the crane, the common crane. This is the most venomous snake in India. This is strictly nocturnal. The bite from this snake is so rare because they come out during night only, and they are very calm snake. They are not aggressive at all. Accidentally we step over them, and this mistake like this, the chances they get, we can get bitten by these snakes. But we should be very careful when we get bitten by this snake. We should go as soon as possible, as fast as possible to the hospital. And the problem with this venom is they have neurotoxin and homotoxin. Both the venom we have in this snake. That's a problem. And the main thing about the crane is mostly they eat other snakes. So their venom is very much threatened. This is the spectacle cobra. Many people, this is a very beautiful snake, and this is the common, we call it as Nagar names. They can grow up to 4 or 5 feet. They majorly eat rats, mice, frogs, and snakes, birds. They are also friends of farmers because they are mainly live in paddy field, and they control the rat population very much. Many people can think that why we want to have snakes which are so dangerous to control rat, rather we can have some cats or owls and other things. The major difference between the snakes and other rat-eating things is the snakes is the only one can go inside the burrow and can eat the smaller rats and control the population of rat effectively than other. These owls can only hunt the bigger one, so they can't control as efficient as snakes. That's the main thing about snakes, to control the snakes. And many myths are there about cobras. They think that they have manicum, that the precious stone in their head after many long, if it is a very old cobra, they have like that. But past 15 years I'm catching snakes, and I got many.
Act fast, next slide. Because my time is limited. They can only 30 minutes. So what you do is the simple things. Nose spray is very common, especially in the summertime. Why we believe is we have see if you see, you have a hot breath comes up. This is where the heat is dissipated. Wherever you have hair, that is where the heat is dissipated. Axilla, groin, your head. These are the areas. This is where your blood vessels are. These blood vessels are dilated one. They dissipate heat. During the summertime, they dilate more. So what happens? Sometimes you pick your nose or you do something, it starts bleeding. What to do? Don't panic again. Simple thing, just pinch your nose and breathe your mouth. Once you pinch your nose, breathe your mouth. This is more than sufficient, and it will, once you pinch, don't take that and see. Usually if you pinch like this, it will be slippery because it's always lazy. So if you have a touch, if you have a dress material, anything, so that you can easily. This is the way. Just pinch and breathe your nose. After minimum 5 to 8 minutes. So 10 minutes, everything will be alright. Next slide. So don't sneeze. Don't breathe in forcibly. If you sneeze out, suppose after the breathing stops, if you sneeze out, there is a protective place the body has. These again they will be disrupted, and again the breathing will come. So don't sneeze, don't inhale. When you inhale, the blood can go inside your lung. So everything to your mouth. This is the next slide. So foreign object in the eye. see Aishwarya Rai, she'll have a blue thing. That's called the cornea or the behind it's the iris. So the cornea is actually a transparent, crystal clear structure. If you have a torchlight, you see the mirror and put a torchlight in the dark, you can see the cornea. So we have to protect that. Even the eye transplant, we take only the transparent thing. So suppose you have dust, maybe some insect, maybe some pollen grain, maybe some acid, maybe some chemicals, maybe something goes in, you have a protective mechanism within the eye, that's called watering. We have tears. Usually we cry to get something, but it's a protective mechanism. Or suppose nowadays you wash eyes, suppose you have something acid, something goes in, you have to wash how maybe running tap water, or if you have a large bowl, just open your eyes, you can do it. Other thing is nowadays everybody has a pet bottle. You can see the pet bottles. Can you show one bottle please? Bottle please. These are the practical things. You know everything. That's factor. Say suppose this is a bottle. Just open the bottle. Put your eyes in. Just see. There's nothing wrong. See now I open my eyes. Now my eyes are washed. Don't drink anything. So this is how easily you can do that. Any test. Or suppose you don't have any water. Just close your eyes. Look up. Look down. Look sideways. Look up, down, sideways. With the closed eyes. If you do this, body has a natural mechanism. The dust, pollen grain, anything. They'll be washed either way, this way or that way, and they'll come down. When they come down, you can easily pick it up. Never rub. If you have children, teach them not to rub the eye. If they rub the cornea. The cornea goes, the permanently will be blind. Will be blind. So don't rub your eyes. Next slide. So foreign body in the nose. Suppose something goes, you are in a truck at night time. As I said, we showed some snake which can go into the ear, into the nose. Why these small snakes go? They want some warm, protective area. That's why they go into the ear. Or maybe some pollen dust goes, or maybe some vegetable goes in. What do you do? So suppose there is one nose, close the other nose, and don't do anything. And don't try to pick it up with any instrument, especially if you have children. If you go with an instrument near the eyes, they will frighten. It can injure them. Don't do all those things. And if you are an adult, then probably if you can hold it with the instrument, fine. But otherwise, don't do it. Because suppose if you leave it for a longer time, suppose that's a vegetable, it can imbibe, it can absorb the water, and it can swell, it can cause pain. So usually, go to the doctor, you have plenty of time, nothing to worry, because usually foreign body goes to only one nose, the other is free, so you can breathe with that. So don't worry, don't sneeze, don't inhale. Next slide. So foreign body ear, suppose you are in a truck, you are staying there, some insect goes, what do you do? Easy way, don't put oil, don't put water inside. Okay, suppose insect is there, pour water, it will die and it will remain there. Or suppose there is a foreign body like vegetables, if you pour water or maybe oil, they absorb water and they swell, they cause a lot of pain and infection. So don't do anything, try the gravity like this. Pull your earlobe like this, downward and front, and right do this. This is the best way, gravity. Or if it's an insect, you can just throw a torchlight. The light will attract insect out. So don't worry, any insect or anything, they cannot penetrate and go inside the brain. They cannot. So don't worry, unless otherwise it bites. If it bites, it's very painful. That's the only time you are very careful. But otherwise, don't do anything. Maybe if you want, if it bites, probably that time probably you can pour some water. But don't do it too much. Next slide. So the common other things, suppose there's some emergency, somebody gets a chest pain, what do you do? So we always say heart and brain are the important structures in the body. We can lose anything. If you want to be alive, you need heart and brain. So your heart is very important. Usually chest pain is mainly because we call heart. It could be a heart problem, it could be embolism, it could be acidity. Everybody has ulcer problem. This could also cause a lip problem or a tension. See, See, your heart is here, just exactly here. Your stomach is here. So when you get an ulcer pain, you may feel as if you are having a chest pain. When you have a chest pain, you may feel as if you are having ulcer pain. So it's always confusing. So that is why doctors always say chest pain, they take it easy. But you are in a jungle or you are in a house, whether to worry or not, how? So usually heart problems, usually people will be 40 years and above. Usually, when other day I saw a 27-year-old boy having a chest heart problem. So usually every 40 years, they must be having some pre-existing diseases like hypertension, diabetes. Maybe they must be taking some medicines for other problems. They may be having cholesterol, or they will have at least one attack, early attack. These are the things you should have to worry. But ulcer, usually they will always younger generation, usually young people, they will skip meal. They were not taking food in the morning, or they were not taking the afternoon, or they were taking some spicy food like Andhra meals. If you take an Andhra meal, definitely you will burn and you will have all as if you have a chest pain. So these are the things: empty stomach, or too much of spice, or maybe previous day taking alcohol. Alcohol is one of the main causes as if you have a chest pain. And suppose you have in a household remedy, Digene. You can see the advertisement, Digene, Mucane gel. These are antacids. If you take an antacid and if you take an ice cold water and you get relief, means it could be acidity. And even after taking rest, even after taking Digene, even after taking ice cold water, you're not relieved, and you're sweating profusely. And the pain is so characteristic that just many people always say, as if they have an elephant standing on their chest. That is the excruciating pain, sweating, excruciating pain, not relieved by ice cold water or Digene. Probably think about your heart. So other things, rib problems. Suppose you have an injury. Probably that can also have looks like a chest pain. Tension, exam tension, maybe the program tension. People have some chest pain. So nothing to worry. Heart problem, the only way, take rest, shift them to the hospital, they will take it. Next slide. Seizures. This is very, very, very important. Suppose you are going for trek and suppose somebody gets seizure, or even a household, somebody gets seizure. What do? First thing is I have written. The only time to use your key is to lock or unlock and not to hand over the people to fix. Because we have everybody has the myth. If you hand over the key or maybe some iron rods, they will already know. See, this actually, what is fix? Fix is nothing but the brain is the one which controls the body in a harmonious, synchronous way. It's actually a well-programmed structure. Your brain, suppose a part of the brain, especially a part of the brain, suppose acting without control, involuntary, without the synchronicity goes and it's hyper-functioning. And if it hyper-functions, then the area that represents the body will have a fix. Fix is nothing but violent contractions of the muscles. Violent contraction. What to do? Don't do anything. That's it. Suppose they're having a fix. Bring them to the safest place. Suppose the fix is having a fix near a fire, maybe a swimming pool, or maybe a height, maybe the mountain. Bring them down to the safest hard place. Something like hard place. Just put them, just don't do anything. Automatically after 5 minutes to 10 minutes, automatically the fix will stop. You cannot do anything even in the hospital.
Our announcement is a Samsung DSLR mobile. Somebody is connected on our reception. Whomsoever may concern can go and check the reception. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. Okay, so let's talk a little about navigation. Some of you might know who have joined us previous treks that we do a lot of exploration. We typically go where no one has gone before. We make our own trails. So let me just present some of the tools and software and experiences that we have acquired over the 200 plus treks in the last 2 years. Maybe. So these are roughly the topics present. First, a little bit about typical Polamaa. If you go south, driving 3-4 hours, you will reach Yelagiri, you will reach the Yamani Hills. So these places places are, although they might look a little bit dry from the outside, once you enter them, they are really amazing places for spending your weekend. If you then zoom out, here you see a map of gorgeous South India. So then you can see various places that we have visited in the past, typically multiple times. The Western Ghats, you can see on the top here, the Tamil Nadu Reserve Forest from Madhigude. You got Wayanad here, Kerala. You got Silent Valley. You got Kodaikanal here. You got Topslipuni there. These places we covered a little bit down south. Next to Salem, you'll have a number of places, including the Kuli Hills, haircuts, Shivaroi Hills. So all within kind of a couple of hours from Chennai, you can kind of find a lot of interesting places. And if you take an overnight bus or train, you can reach Karnataka, Kerala, and go to the Western Ghats. So let's talk about some of the fundamental maps that allow you kind of to explore an area that you have never been before. So you go to a forest, you go to a mountain range, you have never been there before. So how do you basically navigate in these places? One important tool we use are the topographic maps. Topographic maps are available from various sources. One source which I'm frequently using are the Google Maps. If you go to googlemaps.com, you'll have this kind of maps from all over the world. Fairly detailed maps, detailed maps of the area. The view given by Google consists of three different views. You've got the terrain view, which is this topographic view. You've got satellite view, which gives you a photographic image of the landscape, and you will get a map. Map is for using, for navigation within cities, where you basically have roads. So one second, Sridhar. So this is like a topographic map. So what do we see on this map? On this map, basically we see only one thing. We see lots of lines. All these lines basically indicate places in the mountain range which are of equal height, equal altitude basically. So for example, if I follow this line here which says 600 meters, if I just would walk across this line in this mountain range, I would actually be walking flat. I would be walking obviously around the hill peaks, around the valleys and the peaks, but I would be staying on the same altitude. So a couple of observations now. One is if these lines are very close, first of all, so you got the major thick lines here, which are like every 200 meters. You got I think we have every 100 meters, 700 meters, 600 meters, 500 meters, 400 meters, 300 meters. So the thick lines are like 100 meters gain in altitude, and in between the thick lines you got 5 small lines, which means an increase of 20 meters, right? So basically, if you walk from this line to this line, you would have climbed up vertically, gradually of course, for 20 meters. So basically, now you can see two things. You can see where the lines are very close to each other, there is a very steep incline. So there basically you will be hitting a vertical wall or like a very steep mountain range. Thanks. So, okay, the top. I don't think it's this one, right? You just take it off. Okay. Okay, so if you look at some of these dotted places, there you'll see the lines very, very close to each other. So if you look at this, to go from this dotted line to this dotted line, you'll be climbing 200 meters up, while the horizontal distance might maybe be the same 200 meters, so 200 meters, a 45-degree, very steep angle. If you look at other places, like say here the lines are very distant. So that means that this is basically a gradual slope. So there, typically, these are the places on which we can climb the mountains. So if we go to the next slide, it's kind of very easy in this map now to identify the peaks. So you can see these flags. These are the peaks. Why are these peaks? These are peaks because this is basically where the circles or the concentric lines are kind of converging, right? So this is the highest point. 700, 720, 740. Probably around 750 meters. Here we got 600, 700, so 700 meters. Here we got 720, 740, 760, 780 meters. you look at these blue lines basically correspond to the streams or the valleys through which all the rainwater would have been drained from the mountains, because the mountains is solid rock, especially the eastern Ghats. These are like, all the rain that comes down in the monsoon simply can't go in the underground. It's solid rock. So that means all the water needs to get out through these valleys. So I don't know whether you see this. I've been looking at these maps for many sleepless nights and years. But these are basically valleys you can easily spot by the shape of these kind of lines. These are basically places through which the water, through hundreds of thousands, millions of years, has eroded the rocks and basically drained the water from the hills actually. So these two are the major streams. If we go to the next slide, you can see that there will also be many secondary streams. So these are like side streams that contribute water to the major streams. And if you go to the next slide, one more important navigational landmark will be the ridges. Ridges are the opposites of valleys, where the valleys basically go gradually in the mountains as the lowest point, the lowest altitude point. A ridge of a mountain is typically a very gradual slope where you can be the highest point of the mountain. So that is basically where the curves will be outer formed. Here the curves are towards the inner. So these are ridges where you're walking on the mountain ridge. You will be seeing left and right two valleys, and within these curves you will be deep inside the valleys. So this kind of topographic maps basically allows you to identify peaks, valleys, ridges, side streams, and these are exactly the places that we will be trekking along. We will be following the streams because these streams are drinkable water, so we don't need to carry, like Dr. Maran was saying, we are consuming 6 liters of hydration per day, so you cannot carry 80 liters of water on a 3-day trek. So basically we carry 2-3 water, and then we will kind of be refilling the waters along the streams. Streams will also be good because they have dense vegetation, so they will protect us from the tropical climate. Here you can see a totally orthogonal view of the same location. So here we're looking at a satellite photo. This is kind of complementary with the topographic map, because on these maps you can actually see the density of the vegetation. So this is also very important because as we trek, obviously we want to avoid dense bushes, thorny bushes. We want to kind of stay in the open areas. So Google is very nice. It allows you to look at the same location in different dimensions, you can say. One more important thing with into new locations and unknown. Let me just change the mic. I think the batteries are getting low. That's thank you. So one more important aspect with reaching those places, when kind of nobody has gone before sometimes, is that Google Maps have so much detail that if you go just outside to the base of the mountains, that you can see lots of terrain details. You can see roads. These are like tractor roads. This is like a big dam and a big lake. This is typically a village with several houses. Here you will see a main road, a tar road. So using these kind of details, we can trace how from the main road we will be reaching the start of our trek, basically the base of the mountain where typically the river exits from the mountain. That is a challenge by itself because reaching the start of a trek itself is not very simple. You have to go through many small rural roads actually to reach the base of your trek. Okay, and then again, the same view, if you use tools like Google Earth. Google Earth is kind of a famous tool because it gives, again, maps mapped in a 3-dimensional view. Then you can see again the same valleys and the same ridges on a 3-dimensional kind of model. So here you can clearly see what I mentioned, that as a valley, that it is really a valley because you can see the 3-dimensional shape of the terrain. You can see there are 2 slopes on both sides of the valley. You can clearly see the peaks in the terrain. So the topographic maps really allow you to accurately identify all these key landmarks in the terrain. So here we see another view on the same thing. Please be welcome, join us on one of the workshops. We are having full-fledged workshops where we will be talking about these topics in detail for an entire
why do people trek? It's a recreation of technology and to get to more important purpose to know the topography of the places. We see so many maps. Even the GPS station you see so many maps. This is because we know the topography. And one main purpose is security and defense purpose. Himalayas, the national borders cut across the mountains. And you have, of course, you have Lash, where people take up and save our nations. Kargil war was an example. So these are purposes why people start trekking and mountaineering. To keep the whole thing extremely in this sport is remaining calm in very, very, very tough situations. To be calm in such tough situations, two things are essential. You should know yourself, your weaknesses, your strengths, and you should know the environment around you. Okay, let's start with the environment. First, I'm taking you back to 6th standard geography, just an initial note about the mountains and down. Okay, so this is example of mountains of the earth contains tectonic plates. The earth is not constant, it is constant. When the plates crash together, the top part of the earth's crust rises to sea level and hence mountains. This is how mountain is formed. So this is the basic structure of the mountain. When the earth crust rises up, these kinds of structures are formed. So this is a mountain, and any mountain will have something called a valley. The gap between the mountains is called a valley. Why I am stressing on this point is that valley is an easy road to the top of the mountain. Just stand somewhere in the mountain, catch a valley, climb down it, you will definitely come out of the mountain. And one more advantage of the valley is that wherever there is a valley, because it is the lowest point in that area, you tend to find water there. There is maximum probability of getting water in the valley. So a mountain, you get down the valley, and so you come down to a river and outside you get to land. And this is another terrain which you come across very often. This is a cliff. Cliff is abrupt ending to a mountain. Okay, I got more valleys, but there are other ways to distinguish up and down mountains. These are connecting edges of mountains. You call them ridges. These are another way to go up and down a mountain. So it is very brief introduction to the geography of mountains. Okay, mountaineering is a sport, hobby, or for some people it is a profession of walking, hiking, backpacking, and climbing mountains. Okay, now like the climber faces and us on the way as close. So the climber is moving somewhere over here and he falls. He tends to fall till the next standard. So as much as possible, he's safe from the big fall. So this way. And the second person can be supported by the leader after he goes to the top. Okay, this is another safe technique where you
with a setup like this, you could tow this in a truck and you could have a really powerful setup with this generator, and it's got really powerful HF sets and have a huge tower on top of which the antenna is put up. So this set can be operational for several weeks together, delivered only by the diesel supply, and this is very crucial for providing long-term
will have a different right. So we often take pride in working as many countries as possible. And the most coveted award which we want is the DX Century Club. So once you work 100 countries, that is a really great achievement because though 100 countries seem simple, it's pretty difficult to work. And there are several combinations in which you could work. 100 countries using only Morse code, 100 countries using only voice, 100 countries using only a particular band, 7 megahertz band, 40 megahertz band. So a lot of combinations are there, and that is something which people do over the lifetime. Okay? And we also have portable equipment in overall channel. So bandwidth is a very limited resource, and if you see SSD bandwidth compared to AM and FM, but the quality or the fidelity will not be very high. But you can accommodate more channels per 100 kilohertz using SSD and AM or FM. And of course you have digital modes such as packet radio, RPTY, and even SSDs, those can be. You can also transmit TV in frequencies have been allocated for ham radio. Fast scan TV is not legal, but slow scan TV is legal, so you can transmit pictures too. Solar radiation is also not constant throughout the period. There is a sun, 11-year sunspot cycle through which the sun's rays increase and decrease over a typical cycle of 11 years. Like how we have a year, we have a sunspot cycle. Now the blue signal is a VHF signal. Okay? Sorry, the red signal is a VHF signal. It is not so much of energy that it pierces into the ionosphere. That is why it is not able to go around the world. Okay? Now that gives another interesting possibility. So stations operating in Chennai will not be interfering with stations operating in Delhi. So the same frequencies can be used by multiple people. That is why you have TV channels operating in the same channel at different locations. But you will see only Chennai. You will not see Delhi TV because it uses VHF. Okay. Okay, so now how do we use VHF for long distance communication? We have something called as repeaters, which listen at one frequency and transmit whatever it listens on a closely spaced frequency. We typically put that on top of fields or on top of tall buildings. And you see here, given by itself, the station A will have a radius of this, and station B will have a radius of this. You will not be able to communicate to A. Now, when you